What's up, everybody? Remington from Impulse Creative. So today we're going to talk about how to make HubSpot emails be able to trigger multiple chat playbooks depending on the owner or the industry, so that you can make a hyper-targeted chat playbook for various audiences that you're sending an email out to. So what we're going to go over today is how to set up the actual emails in HubSpot so that they trigger the right chat bot playbook. And then what we're going to do is look at some different playbook opportunities that you could do in regards to continuing the conversation beyond the email. So let's jump right in. So what you're going to do is I've already jumped into HubSpot email tool and I've got a test message here. Obviously you can have a lot of different messages going on in your email, and you probably are going to have some kind of a nurturing drip. But what we want to do is we want to make sure that that message gives people the opportunity to raise their hand and say they're interested. And sometimes just saying simply reply to this email doesn't really cut it. So what we've done is I've got a couple examples here that I'm going to show you where we can use the HubSpot contact details and we can create a custom URL that will trigger our drift chat playbook. This could be a very easy practice of building the link where it's easier to see and then copying and pasting later. So when you look in at the URL, this is the URL to the actual page that we're going to try and build. And essentially what we need to do is create a query parameter that Drift can pick up on in regards to a trigger. So for this first example, what we're going to do is we're going to say that the rep equals, and then we're going to choose the actual assigned rep that owns the contact in HubSpot. And to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to go up to the personalization tokens and we're going to search HubSpot owner. When we get to HubSpot owner, you're going to see that there's a default user that's set, and that's totally fine. But you can see you've got full name, first name, last name, you've got email. So what we want to do is we can pull in first name unless you have multiple people with the same first name. And then we can scroll down and press insert. So you'll see what we have now is we've built a URL that basically says rep equals Jackie, or rep equals owner first name. So when we do that and we actually send this message, this here could be the trigger for our user. Another option that you could do is we could do industry equals, and then we could go into and do the same thing regarding industry, right? So we can search industry in our contact tokens. And we could click insert, and you're building out a query around people in a particular industry. This could push a chatbot, a welcome message that pops up for particular industries, and maybe you have 4 or 5 different welcome messages when someone gets to the site. You could focus on those industries that you're looking to drive traffic to. And then the last option that we have here could be that we want to trigger a meeting chatbot or something like that. And that one's pretty simple. All you would have to do is create your drift link in HubSpot for your chatbot and just send someone to the page and literally put in your drift link, right? So these options aren't hard to do, but sometimes it takes a little bit of thinking up ahead in regards to how you're going to drive traffic. So once you've chosen the direction that you want to go with your URL, the easiest thing to do is just to go in and press copy. And if you go into the code, you'll see the actual merge tags that are built out. This could work with MailChimp or any other email marketing tool that you use in regards to getting these links. So we're going to take the contact industry one, and what we're going to do is we're just going to copy and we're going to cut this out of here, and we're going to paste it into the link in the actual email. For the sake of argument, I'm going to delete these other ones here, and we're going to click Save Changes. So you'll see all we have is this email right here. So when we press Save, I'm going to go ahead and preview this, and I'm going to put in my name. And what'll happen is we'll be able to look at the link itself that is being driven, and if there's no industry for the example, that you'll be able to see that. You'll also see that there are other parameters in the URL at the bottom of the screen here where it's adding in the UTM parameters across the board. I've got a detailed video on how to trigger based on UTM parameter, and that's another option that you can go with. All right, so we've got our link built. Now what we need to do is we need to jump over to Drift. So what I've done is I've created a welcome message playbook from scratch. And what I want to do is create this welcome message and show it to just attorneys or just lawyers. All right, so we have attorneys and law firms as two different industries in our HubSpot contact record. And so those are going to be the two triggers that we're going to go for. So you can see I've got my welcome message. It's contextually accurate to the actual, to the client that we're looking to target. The audience targeting is what we're going to have to do is come over here and we're going to have to hit all visitors. And then we're going to go to our display conditions. We're going to choose display targeting. And what we're going to do is we're going to add a condition set. And so this is where we get to put in the URL query param. And we can say includes. And this is where we can say industry equals law firm. Right? So you've got your industry equals law firm. And then you can press close. So now you've got your query param in there. There is also another industry item that we have from our old system. So you could add in that other variable as well. So this would be industry equals attorney. Right? So now what you're doing is you've covered both of the potential options that could come in from that email specifically. So if we go back to our welcome message, what you would want to do is you'd want to make sure that this welcome message comes from, the person that you want to have the conversation. And because you know who these contacts are and they're likely going to be qualified at this point, you could do a couple things. We already have their information because we're sending them an email. But what we can do is we could start the conversation, in a live chat, or you could even take it a step further and you could just let them go ahead and schedule a meeting, right? So this could be a great opportunity to get a meeting scheduled right off the bat and give them a little bit more context about the service you're trying to sell them from the email. So you can measure the overall engagement from the email perspective, and if they come through and look at your page and then request a meeting that way, that's going to be a pretty hot lead that you could run with and close some deals. So that's it for this tutorial. I'm Remington from Impulse Creative. If you'd like what you see, please go ahead and subscribe to our channel. And if you'd like to see some other tutorials that we've mentioned and that we've done, go ahead and do that right here. But until next time, Remington from Impulse Creative. Take care.